Hey, it's Vee Roberts here of Insight to Marketing, and I'm here because I want to share with you some tips. And I've got my friend here, Sunlight, which is good because it's better than the rain. I wanted to quickly share with you some very quick tips on how you can prioritize your workload effectively. Why am I sharing these tips? Because I know so many of you struggle with the art of organizing what you're doing. Now, it may be because you're creative, it could be because you've got lots on and you just don't know what to do first, but in many cases it's because you've got a list of things that you need to do and you're not yet sure what you need to do in what order. So I'm going to talk to you very quickly now about some quick tips to prioritize your workload. And the first thing I want to say is that if you're not already working with lists, whilst the idea of lists may bore you to death, do consider how to-do lists can enhance your working efficiently. All right, so get all your items or your bullet points or your things that you need to do into a list. And this is a recommendation from me, something you might want to consider, and order things in terms of what you consider to be most urgent right down to least urgent. Now, you might remember that I wrote an article a while ago on LinkedIn around 26 ways to focus, and I think in that article I may have mentioned a tip around starting with your most boring task first. Why? Because actually sometimes we talk ourselves out of doing things because they are so boring, and even if they're a priority, being a boring priority, we never get around to doing them. So first tip is work with a list. The second tip is to make sure you're reviewing that list. Now, some of us write extensive lists that go on and on and on. Do rein yourself in a bit. Be realistic with the deadlines you're setting, but also consider how well you're getting on with that list. You may write a list on Monday or Sunday evening that by Wednesday you haven't even got past task one. That should ring alarm bells to you in terms of actually how you're managing your time. So switch off from distractions. Maybe think about how you can start, ordering your emails a bit better or coming off of social media so much. Maybe sometimes you spend a bit too long on social media when you should be working on your priorities. And review where you are each week. So every few days, check where you are on that list and make sure that you are, making sure that you're on schedule for doing the things that you committed to doing on the Sunday evening or the Monday morning when you wrote that list. And I've only given Sunday evening and Monday morning as examples because that's when most of my clients work with their lists. Maybe a different day for you. Maybe you might do it midweek. But what I'm saying here is once you've done your to-do list, make sure you are reviewing your to-do list. The third thing I want to say is in prioritizing, be realistic with your deadlines. Lots of us will set huge to-do lists and even minor to-do lists with unrealistic deadlines. So make sure that you're not pushing yourself too much. Go easy on yourself, okay? When you're prioritizing, don't give yourself a week to turn something around, which would typically, cause take a superhuman like a month. Think about what you're doing, organize yourself and set realistic timeframes for yourself so that you're not feeling burned out by the end of the week, or that you're not feeling a bit deflated when you haven't achieved what you set out to do when you wrote that list in the beginning. All right. And point number 4 that I want to share with you is around the importance of making sure that you appreciate that you don't have to do everything in order in a plan. Now, I'm a stickler for planning. I love planning. But one of the things we need to acknowledge is that actually sometimes things don't go to plan. So once you've written that list and once you're reviewing it, don't beat yourself up. If you miss a deadline, assuming it's not a client deadline, assuming it's not something to do with a journalist print deadline or a print deadline, then, there's room for slippage. Allow for slippage. When you're prioritizing, things will not always go to plan. So bear that in mind, okay? And, go easy on yourself. So do your to-do list. Make sure you're reviewing your to-do list. Make sure that you've got a way of, reshuffling things if things don't happen as you wanted to. Set realistic deadlines. And also just be aware that things aren't always going to go to plan. Sometimes you might scrap the whole to-do list and start again, and that's fine. We are not superhumans, all right? I also want to mention to you that if you haven't yet got a marketing plan, you can email me at hello@insighttomarketing.com because I've got something for you that will transform your business in 2018. And I want to say to you that you need to keep your eyes peeled for my campaign with the hashtag Better Late Than Never. Now, all will be revealed on the 1st of March. Better late than never. It's really important that we stop talking ourselves out of things. Sometimes we can procrastinate on ideas. Sometimes we can precrastinate on ideas. We can do things way too early. And again, that is around the importance of prioritizing. So bear these tips in mind. Remember that you can connect with me via my hashtag, which is AskI2M for Mike. And also remember that if you want to follow me on YouTube or connect with me here on LinkedIn, you can do so via our company page at Insight to Marketing. This is Vee Roberts of Insight to Marketing signing out. Take care, guys. Bye.